Hello everybody, welcome back. So here we go. I'm going to walk you through, I've got the Lupo GT out there. It needs a bit of an engine detail and obviously still a lot of misconception around within the industry or in the whole world really regards water and engine bays. So I'm doing a maintenance wash anyway. This is the second maintenance wash of the week on the GTI. I am testing the durability factor of something, so it just needs to be done anyway. And at this point, the engine bay also needs done. So, engine bays, water, kind of people immediately think 20 grand worth of damage, right off the whole 9 yards. You've seen on the channel, we've done engine bays for many years, pressurized water as well, no problem. The way I like to do it, again, this is all about how I like to do it. You can skin this cat probably 3 different ways. I'm going to show you one of the ways. And I always say to people, look, if you're comfortable with how we do it here, just copy me. Just watch it on a phone like this with your ultimate gun, hopefully version 2, and just literally just copy my process step by step and you'll have world-class results. So I've got this out here, obviously first. You could do it with either citrus or undress. I personally prefer undress. It is a dedicated product for that task. Obviously plastics and rubbers. Engine bay has both in abundance. So the citrus is great. If you want to be one of those one product ponies or try and minimize the products per your whole car washing experience, citrus is up there. It's a pH 13 monster, highly dilutable. You can obviously play with dilution ratios dependent on kind of your engine bay requirements. If you are a mainstay on this channel, you shouldn't need to do anything super harsh. If this is your first time, welcome. And you may need to go like 1-to-1, even neat really will be fine. It depends if you want to do like a decon and a refresh and kind of start from scratch. But undress, it just penetrates the rubbers in a way that no other product penetrates. So I just prefer undress. So you're going to see me outside. I'm just going to walk you through a bit of the kind of the product category first, so I can show you all the action bits outside. So undress is the one, of course. You can either have it in your standard 500ml bottle, you can have it in our Prezol solution. Again, product comes out the same way. I sometimes like to feel fruity and I do a 50-50. So sometimes I'll do Prezol applications on all products, this is by the way. Sometimes I like to go with our Italian triggers, which come on the 500ml bottles. Both triggers offer kind of their own advantages. Now, talking about undress specifically, the way our Italian trigger foams that product. You've seen the videos, you've used it yourself on a standard trigger, it's unbelievable. Now, in terms of the product, again, 59 ways you can skin that dog, cat. But I like to keep it simple. My wheel bucket, as you can hear it, is just below me. And I like to go, you will obviously have, so large wheel woolly, staple in your wheel cleaning regimen anyway. So large wheel woolly, you can even, if you're really fruity, you can go medium and small at the same time. Again, each engine bay is different. The Lupo GTI is from 1922. It's got probably one of the most simple engine bays you can ever kind of see. So all 3 is probably kind of unnecessary, but I always have them in here anyway. And if I want to get into a bit I've never got them before, a thin one will do obviously your job fine. I've got one of our tri grips for the wheels. I just use this. This is my color coding system. You can color code it however the hell you want, but this red brush specifically for me is wheels and engine bay, super soft. This is now a 2-year-old brush, still looking brand new. Look after your kid, people. And if you've got the flat panels, we are working on a V2 brush, again, fully rubberized on here. Super nice, you could do this. It's not going to scratch anything, so this is really nice. The bristles are soft hard, very hard to describe it through the video, but look, I mean, they are pliable as hell. So it's really, actually, it's on the softer side of kind of the spectrum. So yeah, this is really nice. It's just going to really, if you want to exfoliate the flat engine bay covers, anything on the side, this is nice. Again, I'm in testing with this. The verdict's still out on this one, if I'm honest, but yeah, I'm in testing with that. This is basically a larger version of this. Look at that. And actually, by pure luck, I'm apparently the only one in the UK with a red one, unless of course you import it from the US. But in terms of the mainstay product, this one is a grey and black version. I, by accident, go figure, had to be me, got the red one, but it's actually matched my red wheel engine brush with this. So I thought, well, I'm gonna have to use this in the same process. But again, this is a very rare use for me for now because I'm testing it in private. So that is my kind of simple engine slash wheel setup. I do have a wheel mitt in there as well. The wheel mitts with an engine base, you probably don't need. You don't need to get your hands around any piping that none of the tools here provided can't do. So that's specifically for the wheels behind the spokes. So I'm going to go outside, show you how I clean an engine bay. Okay, my friends, so the most important thing that you want to do, engine's cool to the touch, exactly what you want. Why does it have to be cool to the touch? Because as soon as you pour water, we're just going to talk about water in this case, on a red hot surface, what happens? Chemistry 101, it evaporates. You do that with chemicals, you're not getting any dwell time. They actually can potentially etch into something, but the one that's more important is, you know, the dwell time. You're putting a cleaner on that's got a dwell time of 3 seconds. What's the point? So, cool to the touch, right, nice and easy. Now what I like to do is I'm going to gently rinse it down. So I've got a very custom orifice, which I will cover in later videos. This is a longer project for me, but a custom orifice on my custom wall setup. Now what does that mean? I'm running circa 1000 psi at a full 10 liters a minute, which is, if you don't know, heavenly, right? So I'm going to pre-rinse this down. I'm going to hit it with undress. I'm going to crack on. Now what I like to do next is cover every single piece that you can see, plastic, rubbers, paint, in undress. Now let that penetrate. Now if you've got a really light engine bay, what you'll see is the dirt just begin to just run off. Now of course, all engines unfortunately get a little bit dirty. You've got all the holes in the ground, there's water, dirty water, all sorts. So do that. That's dwelling. Now what I like to do as well, because overkill is my middle name, I like to take a little bit of wheel foam and just over foam it. Literally just a light fan pattern. You're not really focusing on any one particular area. And then literally the fun part begins. You got to take a selection of your detailing tools and you agitate. Now again, there is no, please do not listen to these fools who tell you, you've got to do quick, come on, scrub, scrub, scrub. It's got nothing to do with scrub. Enjoy yourself. This is probably one of the most therapeutic things you can do, if I'm honest. Now again, I wipe my engine bay down after every wash, which is cool. I haven't had the opportunity to do that in the last month, as in the car's been washed, but it's been, you know, maintenance test washes, let's say. So I've just been in and out with it. But even so, the point I'm making is I like to do this with a detailing brush or wheel wool or whatever it is you use, because I like it just to give it a bit of bite. The engine bay is not like your paint that gets cleaned, you know, weekly. I mean, in some cases people do that, but usually in the UK, if you're a UK watcher, you'll know that I'm about to wash this and it's going to snow, then it's going to rain, and then it's going to go back to sunshine. So as you're driving in these conditions, those internal holes that I keep talking about and mentioning, they like to not only drain water, but they also like to pick up water. So this is why a detailing brush and other tools in your arsenals, I think, are needed. You can literally lose yourself in this process. Put your headphones on, put your favorite podcast on, whatever it is you want to do. Forget your problems. Your wife gives you a problem, engine bay detail. Your husband gives you a problem, engine bay detail. Your kid's got a C in school, snow foam, then engine bay detail. Now, like I mentioned, if you want to exfoliate your plastics a little bit, just take something slightly stiffer. No real scrubbing, you just want to move it. Now, there are some obviously areas that can get dirtier than others, more touched or see more kind of dirt. I wouldn't use this on the painted parts. Now this you can do quite rarely, so obviously look at all the rubbers, they're just being re-agitated, it's beautiful. And in the same fashion that we started, gentle rinse again, be a bit more thorough this time. You want to basically get back to black, so obviously a black engine bay. Get all the plastics flushed, all the crevices flushed, it's going to drain through the bottom, and we'll move on to the next step. Now this is where the magic happens. What you see here is what you've seen for close to 5 years now on this channel, but now obviously it's launched, we can talk about it. This is obviously V2 Dress, which is the moisturizer for your plastics and your rubbers. Now this is diluted 5:1, so as you can see, it's no longer a gel-like consistency, it's very loose. So all you want to do, I know this feels alien to you, is mist this down. So basically, get this on all your rubber hoses, all your plastics. Now you're going to start getting like a milk-like consistency up here. Now I like it where it's just like you almost can't tell it's been done, so you could tell it has, but it's not that pizza shop pepperoni drizzle dripping with grease look. It's just nice. Now if you do get it on the paint, so for example here, oops, I've got it on the paint, who cares? You're going to be washing the car next anyway, which I'm about to do. Make sure it runs down. And that, guys, is what you call an engine bay detail. What you do now is you're going to close it. You're going to continue obviously onto your wash. Make sure to close the trigger off. You're going to continue onto your wash. You're going to, so I'm going to park the car in there while I dry kind of all the stuff off. I'm going to leave the car in there overnight like you would or if you leave it on the drive. And then in the morning, what I like to do is take a wheel and tire towel, pop the bonnet, have a look. You will have 99.7% no kind of high spots and stuff. But you know, if you have mixed it a bit too heavy, or you've gone too heavy onto a certain kind of plastic trim, you might get 1 millimeter of high spot. This is where, I mean, it's good practice anyway, high spot or no high spot. You just take a wheel and tire towel and just do a once over as if you're applying a detail spray. Now, because this is a moisturizer, this is why you do not get any high spots, because it actually penetrates within the rubber. It's not designed to just sit on top and give you that sacrificial look. So that is an engine bay detail. I do this, you know, monthly. It depends what I'm doing, where I'm driving through. If I'm driving through salt, I might do it a bit more often. If I'm driving currently in weather like this, I might do it less often. Obviously, use your common sense, use your eyes, and use your kind of visual awareness of the conditions that you're driving through. But yeah, that is the Nick Britton way of doing an engine bay detail. Hope you've all enjoyed it, and as always, I will catch you on to the next one. I love you all. Thank you.